Yes, now everyone, welcome back to another Predicts video. We're back. It's Unite round. Get hyped. Unfortunately, I can't be there this weekend, but I hope everyone that's going to Unite round has a safe and fun time. It should be an absolute cracker of a weekend. But first, before we get into predicting this week's Unite round fixtures, let's check on the scores from last week. Last week was definitely my worst week by far doing this series. I only got the 1 point in that Melbourne City Western United fixture. Wes, unfortunately for me, picked up 4 points for the guests, and the guests take the lead. Now they're on 40, I'm on 38. I've got some catching up to do, and hopefully I can beat the dice this week. That's right, I'm taking on 2 dice in Predicts. Now I'm going to roll both of them at the same time. The blue one is going to be the away team and the white one is going to be the home team, and that's going to be their scores. Hopefully I can beat this dice because I'm running out of ideas on how to beat these people. Maybe I can beat the dice instead of beating an actual person. Let's crack on with the first of these Unite round fixtures, and it's Western United taking on Macarthur out at CommBank Stadium. Two teams struggling for form in recent weeks. Macarthur picking up 2 draws last week in their double game week, and there's only 1 win between the 2 teams in their last 10 games. And it's Western United beating Brisbane Roar in that Aloisi derby. And Macarthur, they're sitting on the edge of the 6th now. They were flying at the start of the season, but now they're only sitting 6th. But I predict them to pick up a win in this game. I think they're going to win this game 3-1 and put Western United into even further misery. But let's see what the dice has to say. All right, here we go. Here are the dice. Blue is the away team. White is the home team. Blue in this fixture is Western United. Let's see what the dice have to say. Dice reckons it's going to be a 6-1 Western United win. Second fixture of Unite round is the second game at CommBank on the Friday night. It's Melbourne City playing host to Western Sydney. Bit weird playing at their home stadium away. It's a bit strange, but that's Unite round for you. It's a bit different. But who would have thought these 2 teams would be on the same amount of points 3 weeks into the season? It's crazy. But Melbourne City have found their form. They're finally hitting their groove, and Western Sydney are starting to slip a little bit. Maybe they can claw back some momentum in this game, but I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be an entertaining 2-2 draw, and Unite round's going to show us some absolute cracking goals in this one. All right, here we are. Western Sydney, the blue dice. Melbourne City, the white dice. Let's see if the dice can predict a lower score in this one. It's a 5-6 win to Western Sydney. I might have a chance of winning this week. Third game of Unite round, and it's the first game of Allianz. It's Central Coast Mariners playing host, technically, to Melbourne Victory. 2 teams that have obviously flying. Victory at the top of the table, still unbeaten. I think they're 6-5 now, and Central Coast Mariners clawing back their form. But there's their first game without Macarthur. Maybe there's an opportunity for a youngster to come up. I know they've added Bailey Brentman to the squad, so maybe that's an opportunity to see the next young talent in Australian football. But Victory, no one thought they would score goals without Bruno Fornaroli, and they proved everyone wrong, scoring 3 and that obviously last-minute winner against Perth last week. But I think they lose this week. I think they've finally found their match in the Central Coast Mariners. They've hit their form. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Central Coast Mariners win in this one. All right, here we go. Blue is Victory in this one. White is Central Coast. Let's see what the dice think about this one. 5-1 win to Victory in this one. They're predicting some high-scoring games for Unite round, these dice. Fourth game of Unite round and the second Saturday game. It's Adelaide playing host to Sydney FC. Technically, Sydney FC are away from home, but no one really thinks they are they? Sydney FC have really hit in their stride in the last 3 or 4 weeks. That win over Brisbane last week was convincing in the first half, but the second half there was some flaws, and they've had a fair few injuries. Jack Rodwell and Joel King and Robbie Mack all out with injuries this week, and for a fair few weeks by the sounds of it. And Adelaide are finally starting to look like they're hitting their attacking form. They were really attacking in the first couple of weeks, but they kind of died off in the last few weeks. But even though they were low scoring games, a 2-2 draw and a 1-1 draw last week, you felt that they were kind of hitting their stride again. Irinkuta's looking dangerous. Ibasuki's looking dangerous. and I think they knock Sydney off here. I think I'm going to go with a 2-0 Adelaide win, maybe a clean sheet for Adelaide, which is hard to come by at the moment. All right, here we go. Adelaide versus Sydney. Sydney is the blue dice. Very fitting for them. Let's see what they reckon. A 6-4 win for Adelaide. Wow, these are some high-scoring games from the dice. First game of the Sunday is the distance derby being played out at CommBank Stadium. It's Perth Glory versus the Wellington Phoenix. Wellington will want to go back to top on the ladder after they've had a couple of stuttering weeks lately. And Perth, there's some positive signs. Obviously, they thought they had that draw against Victory last week, but if it wasn't for that Ben Falami winner, they would have picked up an extra point and pushed themselves away from Western United on the bottom of the table. But I don't think they're any match for Wellington in this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 Wellington win for this one. All right, for the distance derby, we have Wellington in the blue, Perth in the white. Another high-scoring game from the dice, maybe? A 5-2 win for Glory. Now that is a shock result. And final game of your night round, it is being played at Allianz Stadium. It is Brisbane taking on the Jets. Brisbane, are they going to lose 5 in a row? Hopefully not for their sake. And the Jets, look, they've been inconsistent, but there's really positive signs there. Clayton Taylor's been fantastic recently. They really should have picked up that win against Macarthur last week, but if it wasn't for that unfortunate defensive mistake at the back there, they would have got it. Can they beat Brisbane in this one? Ben Khan's second half against Sydney looked really positive in his first managerial game, and I think they pick up the win here. I'm going to go with a scrappy 1-0 Brisbane win in this one. All right, here we go. Final game of your night round. It's Jets in the blue, Raw with the whites. A 3-all draw. Now that's a realistic scoreline from the dice. And there we have it. There are my predictions for your night round. The dice has predicted some really high scoring games, so I really hope they don't come to fruition for my stake. I really need a win this week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for 100 subscribers as well. I appreciate you all so much. I am so happy that we've hit 100 subscribers, but don't worry, there's plenty more work to be done. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. This is only just the beginning of the Dom's Ball Chat YouTube channel. And sorry for the lack of uploads over the last couple of weeks. I've been really busy moving. As you can see, new setup behind me. And look, the content's not going to stop. It's not going anywhere. In fact, it's going to only get more and more content coming your guys' way. So make sure you stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.